Hello, Namaskar, and a very good evening to all the viewers watching our session out there. This is Simran Singh, and you are all watching this particular session on PME with their channel number 6 to 12. Well, we have different mediums through which you can connect with us, and one of them is our YouTube channel that you all know. It is NCRT Official. So it's around 4 p.m. on your watch, and regularly that is from Monday to Fridays and from 4 p.m. till 5 p.m. We have our special sessions for all our viewers. Once again, I welcome everyone in this 5 days online training program that is running on virtual labs for teaching, learning and assessment. It's the 4th day of our online training series. As we all know that experiments and laboratory work is very important for each and every child. And when you get to do that virtually, automatically it enhances your classroom experience. At the same time, it also gives you ample opportunities to try and be creative. So that's what we are going to understand more in today's session, where we will enhance the virtual labs for the subject that is mathematics. And guiding our path in the session, we are also joined by a couple of panelists. Well, I'll introduce them to you later in the segment, but before that I would have to inform you about some of the basic details about the session. As you all know that it is our 5 days training program. Yesterday we conducted a session on exploring virtual labs for sciences. And our first day was based on the policy perspectives, need and scope of virtual labs. And on 27th of September, that is the second day, we discussed about the types and exemplars. So you all know that our training sessions are really special for all our viewers, and apart from that, we also have a post-session activity. That is our quiz for all of you. So once again, let's have a look at our web page. If we could switch the screens so that our viewers could see it. So you keep on asking us what is our website and how you can access the different links and the videos. So this is www.ciet.nic.in. So when you open the first tab, this is the home page where you'll land upon, and there are a number of options over here. So all you have to do for our training sessions is to click on events, and the third last option from here says workshop and training. So if you scroll a bit down, there are 3 kinds of activities that you can watch over here. It says current activity, completed activity and the upcoming activity. So under current activity, the program title from 26th September to 30th September is virtual labs for teaching, learning and assessments. So once you click on this link, this is where you'll receive all the information on virtual labs for teaching, learning and assessment, which is our 5 days online training sessions. So why are we conducting these sessions, the objectives, and you keep on asking us about who all can participate in our sessions, can come up with their queries. So whether it's the teachers, students, teacher educators, parents, administrators, even the general public, it is open for all. And if you haven't watched our sessions for any reason, then here are the videos according to the days that have been scheduled with the name of resource persons and the titles of our sessions. So as you can watch that we commence this session on 26th of September, then 27th, 28th and today is 29th, where we are going to discuss about exploring virtual labs for mathematics. It's the day 4. Then how to participate in the post-session activity. There are certain simple steps laid down for all of you. The step 1 is a registration. You can register yourself by clicking on the link or also scan this QR code. Then you can watch our live training sessions running on different channels like PME with their channel number 6 to 12 and also certain other mediums mentioned over here. Step number 3, that's quite easy, participation in the post-session activity and certification. Now you all might take into account that if you receive over 70%, then you are eligible to get a certificate from CIT and CRT. And the link of the post-session activity will be uploaded over here after 30th September 6 p.m. So the opening date will be tomorrow at 6 p.m. and the closing date is October 23rd, 2022 at 6 p.m. Also, you all know that your feedback is immensely important for all of us. So here is a Google form, the link that has been displayed on our home page. So once you click on this link, there are certain questions for you. You may submit your feedback, which matters a lot to us. Apart from that, just if you scroll down, you can watch that there is our mail ID, that is training.helpdesk@ciet.nic.in for all of your queries, and also a contact number. So feel free to connect with us at this number, that is 8800 440 559. And towards the later segment of this particular program, we'll discuss at length about the quiz links, about accessing our website, and once again I'll demonstrate the homepage for all our viewers. But let's begin this conversation on exploring virtual labs for mathematics. So I would like to introduce you to our esteemed panelists who have connected with us in this conversation. Just besides me in the studio, we have with us Ms. Anna Gupta. Namaskar.
Namaskar viewers.
A very warm welcome in the session. She is currently serving as academic consultant at CIET and CRE, and I am also delighted to inform you that we have another guest. So I'll request you to introduce the guest with all our viewers today.
Yes, Namaskar viewers. So we have an expert from the CDAC Mumbai, Mr. Vaibhav Singh. So welcome to our session, sir. So he has a 10 years of working experience in the Educational Technology Unit as a project manager. He has expertise in virtual lab, e-learning content, assessment mechanisms and the content organization. So he is going to give you an overview of purpose, features and the vision of various resources available in a virtual lab for mathematics. So, sir, to start this session, our listeners would like to know about the vision and the needs of developing of virtual labs. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. And a very warm welcome to all the viewers of this session, which is on the exploring virtual labs for mathematics. We at the Educational Technology Unit of CDAC Mumbai are working in this domain for the last many years, and we have developed a system which is called Virtual Lab OLab, which helps the students for different subjects, including mathematics. To start with, I will start with giving a background of what we have thought of for this virtual labs. So as you know that laboratory is a key component. For all the school educations we have that in India, it faces the challenge of the main part is availability, and the laboratory is mainly reasons can be that the lack of infrastructure in the lab where we mainly in the rural areas of the school, and also we think that the students came out with little practical knowledge of the concept will create a problem. So these are the points which we thought will keep in our mind for developing this virtual lab, that is labs. Then few other points which we thought of mentioning with the physical lab, the problems which are with the physical lab is that the limited infrastructure. So that is in the many schools there is a limited infrastructure for the practical components. Also we can see that the lab sessions are very less as compared to the normal classes for the subject, and limited access to the student. So you can see that the lab is very less, the students are not able to access the lab as many times as they want. Also in some labs there is a safety constraint and fragile equipment, but the damage can be done. So that is also a point. Also the assessment. The assessment of this experiment which the students do in the schools is a very challenging and it's very difficult. So these are the points which we keep in our mind while developing this virtual lab, that online lab, especially in mathematics. The approach we are following here is that the first thing that we is not replacing the physical lab. It's like that we are only trying to augment and amplify. So the physical lab is there. So the students want to learn more and advance in this topic, they can use the virtual lab, that OLab. Also, we are trying to address the problem of deficiency of a physical lab. Like if they are not able to access the lab on time, or if they want to repeat. Suppose an experiment is done in another month and later students want to revise. So the repetition in the actual lab may be costly. Here online in the virtual mode, the student can repeat as many times as he wants to repeat. Also, it provides an ease and convenience of conducting experiments over the internet. That you know that internet has now reached the most of the parts of the country. So over this online mode, the student can perform the experiment at their pace, at their choice. And the main aim that we have thought of is that to bridge the gap of the concept of geographical distance and time. If the students are far or any part of the country, they will be able to perform the experiment over this virtual lab system. As it's written that technology can expand the boundaries of a physical lab. So keeping this in the background, we came up with a solution of online lab, which is a virtual lab. So currently our OLab has more than 200 labs available, the 173 plus the newly added for class 9, 10, 11, 12 and some subjects of science and maths for class 6, 7 and 8, which are freely available on www.olab.edu.in. This is the landing page homepage of the OLab. which has the many subjects mentioned here. But today the session is mainly on the mathematics. So I will be focusing more on the mathematics, and the demonstration of the labs will also be covering mostly of the mathematics only.
So that's great, sir. So it means technology can expand the boundaries of the physical lab. So now listeners would like to know about the features and the effective usage of virtual labs for mathematics.
So as of now, the journey I was telling that the project which has support from my team, we have started, and over the 170 labs for different science, maths and English are already developed and freely available on olabs.edu.in. It's a 10 plus year journey which we have covered by developing the system, this virtual lab, OLabs for the students. And also now the current phase of the OLabs next year, which has the more 700 labs in the couple of years we will be adding from covering classes from 6 to 12 for different subjects. And in that, the main component of mathematics, we will be developing more than 120 more math labs for class 6 to 12 in this online lab platform. And also, it's available now. A few months back, it was launched, and it is now available under Diksha as a virtual lab platform. These are few of the salient features which I would like to mention to all the viewers, that all the content is aligned to CBSE. So students have not to go to any other place for performing the experiment. It's like that we have strictly followed the lab manual of the CBSE, and based on that all the activities have been developed. And maths, you know that there are few activities like cuboid or a right cylinder or something which need a 3D simulation. So here in the simulations we have created some labs in 2D, some labs in 3D, so that the students will get the actual feel of the system and how they have to perform in the physical lab. That's telling that it models the real world environment, that in the actual lab we ask the student to come to the lab, take a sheet of paper, cut it a rectangle, ask them to fold it so that it becomes a cylinder. So here also in the simulation online mode, everything has to be done the same way, except that in the simulation they have to do this with the help of mouse and keyboard by dragging and dropping and clicking on different tools and objects. All the content is authentic, that the labs which is going to be developed in this virtual mode are to be verified by NCERT and CBSE before posting. So all the content is authentic and as per curriculum. And we have also a mechanism of giving an intuitive feedback and guidance to each student after the completion of the lab in the system. Now this is the overview of the system, that all the subjects which I mentioned, and also they are available in some regional languages like now Marathi, Hindi, Malayalam and English. All the math labs are available in this. And now the target is coming up with more regional languages which are available in the country, so that the student will be easily able to access these labs. And now this is the complete ecosystem. So if we talk of the lab, so main is the core simulator. It's not the animation or a video which we are playing for the student. It is that the simulator where the student has to perform. So it is an interactive session that student has to drag something, put click somewhere to cut that, rotate the system, and then align them based on the manual and the procedure. So first we have put the theory. So suppose there is an area of triangle concept is there, a math lab is there. So the theory for the area of circle, what are the related terms, what formulas the student should know, is there any prerequisite knowledge? So that all has been put together with the lab. Then the process of how they have to proceed and the implication. If they are learning something, then how it's going to help them, what things they will learn after completing the activity has been put in clear place. If some activity has to involve some observation. So suppose they have to plot a graph or do some measurement or do a recording. So all these can be done in the system itself. And after that, in the end, we have provided some Viva question. So it's a multiple choice question available based on particular topic. So once the student completes the activity, shows the animation, does the simulator work, and then he can go to the question and test his knowledge by his own. So he will come to know that whether he has understood the concept properly or not. And in the end, there are a few references for the students. If they want to learn more about the concept, they can follow those links and proceed. Now, talking about the effective usage, this is few points which came in our mind for while creating this system, the other students teacher combination, they come up with more innovative ideas to use the system, this virtual lab in their curriculum. So use it for demonstration in the class. Suppose that we are taking students to the physical lab to perform experiments, suppose to find the volume of a cuboid. So show this simulation in the class. The student will be well prepared in advance and they will know that what they have to do in the actual physical lab. Also, we can be get more by ensuring students are actively involved in the activity. They are performing the experiment, following all the steps and completing something to a conclusion. Active learning strategies can be interleaved with useful lectures. So suppose the teacher is giving a class, taking a class on any topic of a triangle. So some activities of the triangles can be induced in between. So make the session more interactive, and the teachers and students will get more attention for this. Also, it can be given as a homework. So this can be a inquiry-based activity. That complete the activity by your own and come up with these many solutions, which can be given by the teacher. We encourage the self-evaluation also. That I was telling you that in each activity we have viva voice. So students can perform those viva questions at their own end, and they will get encouraged that now they have understood the concept completely. So this is the complete aim for the how we have to use that.
So amazingly, it shows students and teachers not only understand the concept, but also by actual performing the activity, they will experience the concept. So the question arises, what active learning strategies are you using for teachers and students? Over to you, sir.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. So this is the strategy which is proposed by us, but I said that it based on the teacher and the student how they want to use for the maximum benefit. They can use the virtual lab. So what we can say that we can ask the teacher can ask the student to predict what will happen. Now we have a square, we have marked the size of the square, and then we can ask the student, now if I rotate this square or if I change the length of the size of the square, what will happen? Then we can ask to calculate also that now this is the formula for the surface area of a cuboid, and now if I change the value of this, how it's going to affect on the next step. Also, we can devise an explanation that why the process is going and we can ask this to a student. So based on the pedagogy that the teacher how is he or she is comfortable in teaching the class and what is the learning objective, he can choose the lab from the mathematics and get the students involved as more as possible in the session. Now these are some of the scenarios for using the OLAP in the classroom, that the teacher can explain the lab. As I was telling that they can explain the lab before performing the practical or the lab session. So before taking the students to the lab, they can tell about suppose there is the activity of Pythagoras theorem. So this is the Pythagoras theorem. Students can be shown the lab. Students will get familiar that how they have to perform the lab in the physical lab or in the virtual environment. So it will be a help to them. Teacher also can explain the procedure, that this is the procedure to perform this lab or this activity. These are the observations which you have to note while performing this activity. Also, this system can be used as a demonstration. So, teacher want to demonstrate something or want to make student understand some concept. He can use this lab as a backdrop and frame questions also. That this is the background, this is the lab which has been shown to you. Now, please answer these following questions. So, we will get to know that how we are understanding, and creative teachers and students can come up with more, many more innovative uses that how they want to use in the curriculum in their teaching learning process, how this virtual lab can be more beneficial. Now, talking to the aspect of students, so you can see that the students can familiarize with the lab before the physical lab session, either in the classroom or a computer science lab, or from the home also they can go through the lab as it's freely accessible on the portal. They can try the different variants. Suppose for doing the experiment, they can change the length, they can change the height, they can change the radius. By picking up different values, they can perform the experiment in the online portal and learn the thing. Also, the revision is very easy for them. Suppose before the exam, they want to revise the concept, which they have the lab which they have done earlier in their session. So they can do a revision, and also they can use it to reinforce the concept, question answers, discussions they want to have with the teacher during the classroom interaction or in the physical lab session.
Alright, sir, here you have mentioned certain important details for all our viewers, but I would like to also state and apprise our viewers that we still have around 30 minutes left in the conversation. where we are discussing everything that is important related to exploring virtual labs for the subject that is mathematics. So if you have any of the queries, any feedback, any messages for us, do drop them in the comment section of NCRT Official, as I could watch that beautiful comments are pouring in our comment section. So we welcome your opinion and as well as your queries in the session. So ma'am, let's proceed ahead.
Yes. So this shows that these strategies and usage of virtual labs make learning an engaging process. So earlier we never had such an opportunity to understand the concepts using such a variety of resources. So could you please demonstrate some simulations based on the topics related to the mathematics to make it easy for everyone to practice the experiments for their own? Over to you.
Yeah, definitely, ma'am. So, giving you a brief features of the maths lab here on the screen, I will take you to the demonstration, which is the main part, where I will try to give a demonstration as per the time limit, few labs, so that our viewers will get to know what exactly this virtual lab for mathematics is and how they can get more benefited from the system. So, as I told that few labs are in 2D and few are in 3D. So, we have a 3D representation of the selected labs which can be made in the 3 dimensions. Also for drawing geometric figures on the workbench. Now you want to draw a quadrilateral or a parallelogram or a rhombus or a trapezium. So these all can be drawn on the screen with the help of mouse, and the randomly is all dynamic. It's not hard coded. So every value is dynamic, figure is dynamic, which the student will be creating for learning. Also in the physical lab we have some tools. Now in the math lab, suppose we have to cut something, paste it on a thermocol or a paper, then we have to rotate or do the experiment. Here also in our system, we have provided the tools. So using these tools, the student can perform the experiment. They are like show scale, cut the rectangle or rotate clock anti-clockwise, drag and drop a shape over the other. Suppose we want to see that two triangles are equal, so we'll drag one triangle to other triangle and see whether it fits the system or not. So these tools are very much useful while performing the experiment. Also, on each single step, instructions are provided. So, what is our approach is that we are providing the instruction to the student. This is the instruction on this step you have to perform. Once the student performs that instruction, we have an observation. So that if you have created a rectangle, so the message will come that the rectangle of this dimension has been created, and the next instruction will automatically come. And also, when we complete the activity, we will see that the conclusion and inference for each lab is made available, so that the complete picture will come to the student mind from starting learning from the concept, performing the experiment, and then observing the conclusion and inference. So this is the features for the mathematics lab which we are developing, and this is the current list of labs that we have more than 200 labs which are in the list available with the CBSE lab manual. Out of this, we are in the process of developing many labs for mathematics. These are from class 6 to 12. And the screenshots attached are the labs which are already available on the OLabs portal. They are the labs which are available for class 9 and 10. And these are the upcoming labs of the OLabs next year, the next generation part, where we are committed to build more 120 labs for mathematics are here. These are the few labs which I will take you for the demonstration. So I hope the Diksha portal is visible.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so this is now as recently I told you the last few months back, this virtual lab content developed by State Mumbai has been put on the virtual lab page of the Diksha, and it's all integrated here on the class-based category wise. It has been integrated. So this is the one approach from which the student can perform or navigate to the system, these virtual labs. So I will give you a demonstration from here, one demonstration. So suppose for class 8, grade 8, English medium, mathematics, we can see there is an activity of algebraic identity to verify that a plus b whole square is a square plus 2ab plus b square. So it is in the Diksha curriculum as planned, and here is the link to the website of OLabs. The online lab is a virtual lab platform. So we click on this and it will open the OLabs website with the activity. Now here you can see, as I was telling you in the presentation to all my users, that first the theory part. That what is the objective of this experiment, why we are going to perform this, then the basic theory of what an algebraic identity is, then if there is any prerequisite knowledge, that to perform this experiment, if we need what is a square and the area for the square, what is the rectangle and what is the area for the rectangle is all mentioned. Then the animation part is a video where teachers can play this video to front of the students. So they will get an overview of what exactly they have to do in the math lab. So students can watch this video. After watching this video, the steps and procedures will be very much clear to the students also. They will have a backup mind and they will be created in that. So after seeing this video, they can now go to the main part, which is the simulator part. So here, as I was telling, that this is the core component where the student have to interact. So first, the objective, that what is the we are going to learn, and then the learning outcome is that what student will be able to get after performing this experiment. So they have to click on the start. Now we will go to let us verify what we are going to learn. We are going to do a practically verify a plus b whole square is equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square by calculating the area of square and triangle, and further more details when a student is ready, the workbench comes. Now this is the workbench, and below you can see the instructions what the student has to perform. So click on the tools, select a square as the instruction. Now for the square ABCD we have to choose the value. The student, as I told, is all dynamic values. I will change the value for the side for square A and then for square B also, and I will click on the draw. So you can see the two squares A, B, C, D and PQRS has been drawn successfully with the values A is equal to 12 unit and B is equals to 13 unit. Now in the next step, as per the instruction, we have to go to the tools and select the rectangle. Now you can see by selecting the same A and B, we have created a rectangle EFHG with the values A 12 and B 13, length and breadth. Then next again, another rectangle we have created with the values length B is equal to 13 and breadth A is equal to 12. Now also in between the activity we have put a reflection. So here after performing few steps we have asked the student, now observe what is the area of square ABCD. So here student have to see the options available. So he can see that the side is A and the area of square, as they have been told in the theory, that is the side square. So it's the A square, and we can see it's a correct answer. If somewhere student want to put anything wrong, they will show, the system will show that your answer is wrong, please try again. So student will go here again and then select the correct answer. Now the instruction says that we have created two squares and two rectangles. We will try to drag them so that they fit in the system. So they cannot try anywhere else. They have to drag it to a proper place which has been defined. Once they drag those all shapes to a proper place, a complete square beside A plus B is created. Now going to the next step, there is a conclusion, as I was telling you, that from figure AIG we can see that the bigger square is filled with two small squares and two rectangles. So the value of square A side is A square, B is B square, side rectangle is AB and BA. So combining all this, we can write that from this equation we get A plus B ka whole square is equal to A square plus 2AB plus B square. Along with that, in this step we have given the system where the student can perform the actual calculation. So suppose here the A value student puts 4 and for B if he puts 2, so you can see the LHS and RHS both can be verified. So student change the random value 5 or 6 or for the B, the system will automatically generate the LHS and RHS and it will be verified. So a student want to perform with the new values of A and B, as I was telling that it can be repeatedly done as per the student requirement. Click on the restart and come to perform again. The other way is that we have the OLabs website, which is Chemistry, Bio, Maths, English. From here, click on the mathematics. There is a list of labs available here for class 9 and 10 and more labs which we are adding in this system. So now I will show you, give you a demonstration of a lab which is in 3 dimensions. So this is volume of right circular cylinder. As you can see, again their theory, objective, definitions, everything is mentioned. Procedure, how they have to perform in the simulator, the steps are there. Animation, the recorded animation, and the simulator, the core part. So you can see again here the aim, definition, and any prerequisite knowledge of formulas which are required. Click on the start. Now this is a 3-dimension window, you can see like this. Now the instruction says create a right circular cylinder by providing radius of base and height. So here I can change the radius and height value and click on draw cylinder. Now you can see the cylinder is drawn. It is in the 3-dimension. So student can rotate it from all the angles. They can zoom in, zoom out, and then the instruction says to mark these cylinders in different colors so that we will cut this in the 8 sectorial parts and then try to join them to make a cuboid. And as we know the volume of cuboid formula, the volume of cylinder formula, rest of the cylinder formula will be achieved. So this is the main objective, the approach which we are following. So now you can see in 3 dimensions these 8 sections are created. Now I have to click on each section one by one so they join to form a cuboid. Now you can see this is a cuboid of length pi r, breadth r, and height h. So by calculating the formula length into breadth multiplied by height, pi r multiplied by r by h, which is equal to pi r square h, which in the end becomes the volume of a right circular cylinder. So like this, with the interaction student have to perform, and in the end there is a self-evaluation that you can see the Viva voice questions are there. So student have to, based on the question, have to answer, select the correct answer from here and click on the submit. So student will get to know whether he has understood the concept properly or not. And then comes the reference part, what are the reference materials which are available in the system for this lab. Also, I would like to mention that there is a feedback tab you can see in the end. So if a teacher or a student sees that they want to contribute or give some suggestion to a specific lab, they can click on this feedback tab and fill in the details. Our development team and the backend team will definitely get to all these observations and discuss. So this is also available with all the labs. And along with that, I was telling you about the language. You can see on selecting Hindi, objective changes to Uddeshya, and the requisite change and Paribhasha changes to other language which is there. So all the content is converted to Hindi language. So the theory, procedure and steps will be converted to that regional language. So the student will also get a comfortable if they have a problem with the language. So like that they can perform the experiment here on the OLAP's website. There are many other labs available which I have, which I can show. So I will give you just small quick game demo which is there, and then we can move to the main presentation part. So equivalent fraction, as you know, is a concept which is taught to the class 6 grade students. So along with the lab, this time what we have tried new, that we have tried to create some games. These are short games, intuitive and very much interactive for the student, so that the student will get a feel of the system and of the concept, and they will learn fast. Now you can see this is the leader dashboard, the score and everything is here. Now you can see based on the LHS we have to choose the RHS. The student has to choose, and it's the written in the instructions also that match the proper image with present same fraction by dragging option image. So you can see the 3 portion is colored, 1 is not. So I will choose based on that this and click on the check. So you can see my answer is correct and 1 point has been generated and my leaderboard is converted, got a score. Now if the student put the wrong, check. You can see a small buzzer is there that your answer is incorrect. Please try again. So cancel and then try again and then check. Again correct. Then again I need to check. So like this, if I am doing this, the student have to perform the activity and complete the game. This is the level 1 of the game, as you can see. Based on that, the student have to perform this, and once they want to leave, they can leave the game also. So like that, there are 3 levels which we have created, that image to image, image number to number and others. And also the lab is there where the student have to perform these experiments and they can learn more. I will take you one more lab of the set theory which we created. So again, the set theory is a very important concept for the mathematics. So we have the objective that to represent set theoretic operations using Venn diagram. And what is the learning outcome is mentioned here. The student have to start here. This is the new UI, the next G lab which we are creating, that is single page application. So students don't have to go anywhere else for different tabs. On top you can see the theory is there. So what theory is required for this, you can see all mentioned here. The complete theory is there in the theory part for set operations. Then also before experiment, if the student wants the Viva voice, there is a new Viva voice also available here. They have to choose the answer, submit. Now if my answer is wrong, we have provided an explanation. It refer A into B set theory experiment. So student will go there, read again the concept and come back here to perform the experiment. So like this new Viva voice UI has been created, which will very much helpful and give information to the student of. Now if I quit, my score is there that I have not attempted any questions. So it's like this, and I will back on the home. Now coming to the workbench, again the basic intro that what a student is going to learn in this experiment is available. Clicking on I am ready. Now see, there are 10 different set operations. A union B, A union B, universal not, A intersection B. Suppose a student wants to learn about A intersection B. So he will click on this A intersection B. So now the first step is written on the bottom. Click on the universal set button to draw universal set. So click this. Now this is our universal set. As I was telling you that the inference is coming, observation is coming, that universal set is drawn. So student will not deviate. What he is doing, it will be reflected on the screen. Now there is a step, create empty set. So this A and B, two empty sets are created. Now highlight the operation. So now we have the operation of A intersection A union B. So we have created that. Now this is A intersection B. This is A, this is B, and this green part is A intersection B. Now, if this is the theoretical concept which has been explained here through the system, through the simulation. Now, if the student wants to confirm this using the numbers, so we have given an operation with numbers. Now you can see that in a set 1 there are few numbers, in set B there are few numbers. But there are only two numbers you can observe, 15 and 81, which are which can be called as A intersection B. So on the right hand side it's mentioned that the universal set is all the numbers, set A is this number, set B is these numbers, and set A intersection B is 15 and 81. Now this operation, if the student have learned, he can click on the next operation and accordingly he can perform the different other operations. So these were all about the mathematics labs which are available on the portal. There are many more labs, but due to I guess time constraint, we can move on to the next part of the session.
Okay, so thank you sir for showing various content for mathematics. So now the question arises in viewers' mind. So these resources, are they available on online mode or having any offline provision?
Yeah, so ma'am, so now to operate this virtual lab for mathematics, we have different modes which are available for the user, which I would like to mention. So first, that the system has been put under Diksha Virtual Lab. So those who are having a Diksha app or Diksha portal, they can access the content through Diksha portal. The mapping has been done class-wise. Suppose there is a lab of something for class 7 or inside an algebraic section or a geometry section. Based on that, the mapping has been done. So user can or a student can go through that. Other is our website that is freely available, www.olabs.edu.in. All the content has been hosted there also. So student can open the website, the user can open the website, and based on his requirement, it's the class-wise bifurcation, class 12, 11, 10, 9, everything. So from there, a student can perform the experiment. Along with that, if there is a smart device or tablet, something which has a minimum screen of 7 to 10 inches, there is the Android app which is available there on the Mobile Seva App Store. So there's on the website also, the app is available to download. The app is available, so student can download the app and then can do the experiment at their home. The fourth option is that for the far or the areas where the internet is a constraint, we have an offline version. So these labs can be once downloaded and created in an installer, can be shared to those schools or the users they can install it once in their machine, then no internet connectivity will be required and they can perform the experiment as per their requirement.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing such content. Now,
And in the conversation, we still have around 10 minutes left. So, sir, we are not letting you go as of now, surely. So, we have certain questions pouring in the comment section of NCRT official. So, if you allow us, could we proceed with those questions?
Yeah, ma'am, I have a few slides. I will finish it off.
Yeah,
then we can
of
have
course.
the
You
question
may
and answer
finish
session.
it off, then we could move to the Q&A round.
Yeah, yes, definitely. So I guess my screen is visible to the user.
Yes, it is.
So this is in the news section that our virtual lab, which has got the social media attention, that how it is impacting the student or the life of the student in the learning of the lab. Then also the endorsement which this system, this virtual lab OLAB has received from CBSE along with NCRT and recommendation letters to the schools for using more and more these online labs in their system. These are few of the training figures that approximately before pandemic and in the pandemic, we have covered more than 48,000 CBSE state board teachers, CBSE and both state board teachers for training of the system, and we have made them aware 12,000 plus schools, and also more than 4,40,000 users are registered on our website. These are some of the users of the statistics. You can see that we have a new visitor used by how many countries, and the average website hit of our OLAPS virtual lab is around 10K per day for these virtual labs. And the availability, as I was telling you first, that it's available on the Diksha Virtual Lab website, it's available on the OLAPS website, it's available as an offline installer, and also the app is available. This is the app link. So the user who want to download the app, they can go to Mobile Seva App Store and search for Online Labs app. From there, they can download this app and then refer to the content for mathematics and other languages also, for which it's available free. So this is the roadmap coming to the end of this presentation, that this is the rollout which is ahead for us, that now we are going to add more 500 labs to the school for different subjects from 6 to 12 for language, social science, and in the main, the mathematics, we are planning to have more than 120 labs for 6 to 12. Currently, we have around 30-40 labs, and this 120 will make it a 150 plus figure for the mathematics. And the improvements in the system, that the current UI or the system which is available for the lab, we are trying to get some learner tracking, how student is performing the lab, and how we can provide more guidance to the lab in this virtual environment. The labs which can be made with AR, VR capabilities, it's some augmented reality, this thing can be incorporated to few of the labs. The student will get a better feel and understand the concept much easily. So that is also an area in which we are working, and provide the simulations, more richer simulations to our users, to the students in a more innovative way, but within our limits is our approach for the ahead. And then this is for that help us to help you, that you can share the information to your fellow teachers. Also, you can share the feedback on what you have explored in this regard, where your feedback is very much welcome. And also let us know if there are some concepts, topics on which you will like to build a lab, or you want to provide a suggestion to us. To make sure, we will make sure that we discuss all those points with you. So thank you very much. Now
Yeah.
we can take the questions.
Of course, sir. Thank you so much for this interesting and informative session for all our viewers. Well, you have mentioned about the feedback. So we have a question regarding that from one of our viewers named Omkarji in the comment section. He has asked us, do virtual labs involve instant feedback? Is it easy for teachers to guide the students through virtual labs in case of questions or doubts?
So that for the questions and doubts, we have a feedback mechanism on the system, that suppose a certain step has been performed by the student. Based on that step, a system will generate a feedback or guidance to the student that this part you have done right, or if this is wrong, you have to do it again, go learn the section and come again to perform the experiment. So like that, a feedback system has been incorporated in the system, which provides the student, will provide it to student on each and every step while performing this experiment in this virtual mode.
All right, sir. Thank you so much for answering that. Then the another question is, There are few teachers who are not that tech savvy. So in that case, is it easy for teachers to use virtual labs and try and understand the concept of mathematics in the first place all by themselves and then explain it to the students? Is it really easy for them?
In the first go, we can see that it's not easy for anyone. But what is the plan is for the project or the virtual lab is that we can train. We can have some master trainers from NCERT, CBSE or from CDEC itself. So we can provide some demonstration to the teachers. Once they get familiar, they can perform the experiment easily. They are nothing very much tough in the lab. They can, once they get familiar, they will be easy to perform the experiments on their own. And once they are comfortable, they can show to the students and ask the students also to perform that.
Alright, and one more repeated question in the comment section is that, sir, could we use virtual labs of mathematics for primary classes also? So like, are there any concepts of primary classes that we might cover with the help of virtual labs?
Yeah. So, ma'am, for as of now, we are not committing for the primary lab. We have a main focus for developing the virtual lab for class 6 to 12. So that after achieving this, we will make sure that we will come up for the primary labs also for class 1 to 5 also, and we can cover the whole classes from class 12 for mathematics.
Alright, so thank you so much for answering that. Well, we would have loved to continue the session, but due to certain time constraints, I'll have to request you to conclude the session with a final message to all the upcoming young teachers in the field of teaching with the help of ICT integration in their classrooms and also using the concept of virtual labs in different subjects.
Yeah. So I would like to address all the viewers who are watching this that the virtual lab is very much effective in the teaching learning process. It will help you to augment or simplify your way of learning or way of teaching. When you start using this, starting you can have some problem, but later you will get very much comfortable with the system. Will be very much helpful for the mathematics. Along with that, for all the languages and social sciences and different science subjects, this virtual lab will be very much helpful. That OLAP is very much recommendable to use, and it will simplify your teaching learning experience in the coming days.
Alright, sir, we still have around 2 minutes left. So let's quickly take one last question from the comments. Umesh ji has asked us, what are the different languages in which OLABs are available?
So currently we are supporting the 4 languages: Hindi, English, Marathi and Malayalam. But in the coming phase, that OLAB next week, which we are coming up with more 500 labs, as I told you, that we are trying to cover as much as regional languages available across the country for our OLAB and this virtual labs. Currently 4 languages are available: Hindi, English, Marathi and Malayalam.
Thank you so much for that important piece of information for all our viewers, and thank you so much for sparing your time, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you all the viewers.
Yes, here I would also request ma'am to conclude the session for all our viewers.
Yes. So as we can see that there is a shift from traditional classroom to the technology based learning. So earlier students used to bring material for cutting and pasting. So with the help of the virtual lab, students understand the topic in a very better way. So I'm very thankful for the virtual labs, and it will act as a tool for increasing learning efficiency and making it more attractive. Thank you so much.
And of course, I do believe that it turns out very helpful for all our students and learners to understand it with the help of technology, because when you have got the practical experience, at the same time with the help of virtual labs, you can explore different concepts that you might have not explored in the real laboratories. So a word of thanks to both the experts who have been a part of this conversation. Thank you so much, Vaibhav sir, for guiding our path in the conversation. Thank you so much, Anna ma'am, for moderating it so well for our viewers. And once again, very quickly, I would like to take you through our web page, that is the web page of CIET NCERT. And it seems, so if you click a bit over there and you just type CIET, then CIET NCERT is the first link over there. So if we try, yes, this is the first tab that we could see on our screens, and just you can see there are the different options available. Under events, there is a workshop and training. Just scroll a bit down, there would be 3 activities. So virtual labs for teaching, learning and assessment. All the information is available on this web page. You all know that NEP 2020 has recommended the creation of virtual laboratories so that all the students have equal access to quality, practical and hands-on experiment-based learning experience. So at the same time, our basic objective is to ensure the availability and functioning of virtual lab resources in order to enrich the classroom experiences. You all can participate in our sessions. Here is the program schedule, then the different methods through which you can participate, and also a post-session activity. For that you have to wait till tomorrow. And tomorrow we are going to discuss about exploring virtual labs for languages. Till now we have covered the different concepts dealing with the policy perspectives, the need and scope of virtual labs, then the types and exemplars, the virtual labs for sciences. Today it was for mathematics, and tomorrow we are going to have our concluding session. So stay prepared with all the questions and queries that you have in mind, and we'll try to address all your queries in our tomorrow's session. Once again, thanking our experts and thanking all the viewers who have been a part of this particular session. So stay connected to NCRT. Next up we have our Sahyog session, guidance for mental well-being and psychosocial support to all the students and viewers watching our sessions out there. So keep watching PM eVidya channels and take good care of yourself. Namaskar.